Hello everyone, it is I, DPX. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. DPX talks for about an hour. Today, I feel like it's been a while. I didn't do one in December, and I was gonna do an episode of me ranking all the games I played in 2022, and I kind of felt like I don't want to do that anymore, so I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. You know, we got, I'm going to be talking about Fire Emblem Engage a little bit. We'll be talking about, I'll be giving you some Royal Rumble predictions, the Rick and Morty drama with Justin Roiland. You know, there's the Xbox Developer Direct. Cobra Kai Season 6 was officially announced and is going to be the final season. All that and more on this edition of DPX Talks for about an hour. It is 4:23 p.m. Eastern Time on January 26, 2023. So how this is going to work is I'm by myself. Hopefully next month I'll get a guest on here. We'll see how that goes. But today I'm just going to go over... I'm going to start off with some briefer topics. For one, some tragic wrestling news. I don't want to linger on this one too much, but Jay Briscoe passed away. And some shocking and horrible news. He died in like a car accident. Taken from us way too early, I gotta say. Like, the dude was only like 38, and I think yesterday would have been like his 39th birthday. So yeah, prayers to his family. One of the best tag team wrestlers of all time, taken from us way too soon. But yeah, now on to some other stuff. I was going to have this topic as a bigger topic, but I feel like it's a week old now. But still, I want to talk about this. The Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I was pretty excited for this game, you know, if not just because, like, Kevin Conroy, this is his last portrayal as Batman. But also, you know, Rocksteady are pretty cool, and I think the idea of a Suicide Squad game where you kill the Justice League, I think is really cool. I wasn't sure if this is a live service game or not, because it did not seem like I got a definitive answer anywhere, but the thing is, though, I'm not getting it. Wanna know why? It is a live service game, and it's going to have battle passes and shit. It's just, I don't want to spend $70 on that shit. You know what I mean? Like, what is with these fucking companies? If you want to do a live service game, fine. But stop charging $70 fucking for it. I hate it. I hate modern gaming. This is a problem with modern gaming. Gotham Knights was very much like this, you know. It's a live service game. There's, like, nothing to do. $70. Fuck off. Stop charging $70. Like, when they were charging $60 for this shit was already bad enough. $70, though? Like, come on. Yeah, that's my thought. Those are my thoughts on that. For some more positive stuff. We got, The Last of Us is on HBO, a new HBO show. We already got 2 episodes into the show now. And I was actually pretty hopeful for the show, because it was, you know, The Last of Us, I think, is, like, that works. It should work as a movie or a show. And also it has Craig Mazin, the guy behind Chernobyl. And Chernobyl, I've never seen Chernobyl, but Chernobyl is very well received. So I was very excited for this, and it came out, and I gotta say, it really disappointed me. I'm joking. It might be a little too early here, considering it's only the first 2 episodes, but I think it is the best gaming adaptation we've ever gotten. And that's, like, it's not a very high bar, but that means it's better than Arcane, which is a pretty big deal, because Arcane is perfection, almost. Nothing's perfect, but, you know, this is basically like a 1-to-1 retelling with some changes, but like the little details with like the outfits being the exact same, like the exact same. You know, a lot of sequences going down exactly just like how they did in the game, and with the only differences being like the only real differences being like how just small little things to. I'm not saying every adaptation should be a 1-to-1 remake. You know what I mean? Sonic, for example, that really doesn't follow any story from Sonic, but it does the job, and it's a fun time. But you gotta do more stuff like this, where it's like, if it doesn't need that much adaptation, you know, if you don't need to work around it that much, don't fix what isn't broken. You take what works. You take what worked from the game, and that could work as a show, and you put that in the show. So yeah, unfortunately, I think television has peaked a little too early for 2023, but yeah, that's just what I think. Anyways, other topics, a brief topic I got, Avatar. Now, I was not that excited for Avatar 2, The Way of Water. But, because I'm not the biggest fan of the first Avatar movie. You know, and I feel like a lot of people have been a little too harsh on it over time, being like, no one's gonna, like, when Avatar 2 is coming out, they're like, no one's gonna see Avatar 2. It's like, no. Avatar 1 is the biggest movie of all time. You know, it'll be different. You know, people, when you say that, people are like, yeah, well, the ship is sailed. I feel like it would be different if Avatar wasn't the biggest movie of all time. But, like, if it is the biggest movie of all time, those people who saw it are going to go see this one again. But also, I feel like people kind of overestimated this movie. People act like Avatar has been in the cultural zeitgeist like Star Wars has, and no, it has not. But I watched the second one, of course, and I actually really liked it. I think it's a vast improvement on the first movie. And I didn't think it would hit $2 billion, though. You know? Because that's like, what, only 5-6 movies before this have hit $2 billion. But I gotta say, it did. And it's creeping its way into, like, the top 4, like, highest grossing movies of all time, which is very crazy, because then that means 3 of the top 4 highest grossing movies of all time are James Cameron movies. And that's pretty crazy. A nice little statistic I just wanted to share with you guys. Anyways, yeah, that's that. We got some topics, though. And one of them concerns a show I really like. Okay. Rick and Morty. I'd say it might be one of my favorite shows of all time. It's definitely, like, top 3 favorite animated shows of all time. Even if it's just the first, I feel like you've really peaked with the first 2 seasons. But I love Rick and Morty. And even though the later seasons have kind of dipped in quality a little bit, there's still like a charm to this show that it's still, I like watching these characters and watching just the crazy and weird concepts that they come up with. But there is some news lately about the creator, or one of the co-creators of the show, Justin Roiland, who came out as a bit of a domestic abuser. I do want to say, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Alright? I'm not at all defending him. I'm not going to attack him either. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. However, Adult Swim has dropped him. And a lot of people are saying, oh, what happened to innocent until proven guilty? This is a business decision, alright? And, he's innocent until proven guilty. That's by the law. You know what I mean? This is bad press for Adult Swim if they want to keep him. So they dropped him. That's why they dropped him. Now, there is a statement, if I go find that. Okay, reading this tweet from the official Rick and Morty Twitter page, it says, Adult Swim has ended its association with Justin Roiland. Rick and Morty will continue. The talented and dedicated crew are hard at work on Season 7. And, of course, Dan Harmon is now the sole creator of the show. The problem here, and really the thing I'm worried about, is Justin Roiland. Not only was he like the co-creator, co-writer, co-producer, like everything of the show, but he also did the voice of both Rick and Morty and a bunch of other characters. Like basically every like small minor character. Well, I don't want to say all of them, but like most of them, plus the two most important title characters, he did the voice of. To not have him there is, you know, it kind of throws a wrench into things. Like, obviously, I think if he's in this type of legal trouble, like, yeah, it's a good idea, a good business idea to drop him. And then Warner Brothers has dropped him. I heard Hulu's dropped him, or he resigned, or some. He resigned from Squanch Games, which is his game studio. And I think this is a good move. Again, like, if he's innocent, he's innocent, and that sucks that he's getting accused of these things that he potentially might not have done. But, you know, he's innocent until proven guilty, sure, but even if this is just a rumor, which it's more than a rumor, but let's just say if it was just a rumor, it's probably not something that Adult Swim would want to be associated with. But going back to how this affects the show, the show's still penciled in for, like, 3 more seasons? 1 more at least. And then they want 70 episodes, and there's been 6 seasons so far. And they're hard at work on the 7th season. And I've seen some people auditioning online as Rick and Morty. I think they're gonna, no offense to you guys auditioning online, but I think they're gonna get actual voice actors. But no, I think it will be, unless we get like a sound-alike, you know, like, because then I feel like then there's not much of a difference, because not exactly the same instance, but similar, I guess. In Avatar, The Last Airbender, probably my favorite show of all time. In between season 2 and season 3, Mako, the voice actor for Iroh, died. And so then they got a sound-alike for him, like a student of his, to do the voice of Iroh in season 3. So, and it sounds exactly the fucking same. So, the problem is, like, if you don't have a sound-alike, you know, if you don't have someone like that for Justin Roiland, it's kind of like, well, Rick and Morty are just going to have to sound different. And it's going to be a little off-putting at first, but they'll surely make a joke about it. One of my issues with Rick and Morty is that lately they've become a little too meta, kind of taking jabs at the people watching. But I feel like they make a joke about how their voices are different. I think it'd be fine. And the writing, I'm sure, will be more or less the same, because Dan Harmon is still there. But yeah, this is an interesting situation. I feel like this doesn't happen too awfully much, you know, so it's very interesting when it does happen. This isn't a rare thing that happens, but, like, I feel like it happens, well, how do I say this? It's less common than is more common than not, except the opposite. Less common than it is common. Fuck you. You know what I'm trying to say. It's not as... It doesn't happen as much. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just think... I'm honestly... I think this has actually put some new eyes on Rick and Morty, if I'm going to be honest. Because I don't think people have been talking... This is, like, the most people have been talking about Rick and Morty for a while. And I love this show. Even though, like I said, it's kind of been dipping in quality a little bit. But, look, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm afraid it won't last beyond Season 7, maybe beyond Season 8. I don't see it going to 10 episodes if this doesn't work. But if it works, who knows, maybe we'll go over 10 episodes, which I hope it doesn't overstay its welcome. But that's just me. Anyways, what do you guys think about this? On some other news, not really news, but I was going to make a review for Fire Emblem Engage, but then I didn't really have time to finish it, and I don't think I'll make a review for it, but I just want to talk about it. Maybe it should have been in the briefer topics. I don't know how much I can really talk about anything, like any game like this, without a script, without a structure. But I want to say I'm not the biggest Fire Emblem fan. I played Awakening and I played Three Houses. Both are fantastic games. So to me, they're 2 for 2. And I gotta say, they're 3 for 3 with Engage. I like the concept here. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Fire Emblem, I feel like this is a love letter to Fire Emblem. You know what I mean? I think Fire Emblem Engage, the mechanic where you get to you get rings and they summon older Fire Emblem characters, I think is really cool. Especially when Marth, there's parts where Marth, Byleth, Roy, Lucina, Corrin, Ike all show up, and it's like, oh my god, I know those characters from Smash. You get sort of that. I just really like that. And the story, I think the story's very good too. I don't want to get into spoilers, but I do really like the story to the game. All right. And the party members are really cool. The problem is, there are some problems. I feel like some of the combat stuff, like there are times where like shit misses, and it's like, why did that miss? And I know when you select a match, it says like, this will hit, and then this will miss, but then you'll get hit. I know that, but sometimes it says it will hit, and then it doesn't hit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I enjoy this game. I put it down for a little bit because I had to do some other stuff, but I'll continue playing. I don't know if I'll make a review for it, but it's a solid game. I don't know if it's better than Three Houses. Three Houses was really good, and also the character designs are a lot less weird in that game. It's another thing about this one. This what was I saying? Fire Emblem Engage is like, the character designs are designed by like, I think an actual VTuber. And yeah, they look more like VTubers than they do Fire Emblem characters. And Fire Emblem characters is almost like a stereotype, you know what I mean? Like, this looks like a Fire Emblem character. These Fire Emblem characters they look like VTubers. Especially Alir, our main character. He's got that Colgate hair, you know what I mean? But I enjoyed it. I enjoy the game. Some of the cutscenes also go on a little too long. Like, I feel like I really like the story, but there are times where it's like, alright, I understand. You're not really telling me anything new here. I'm gonna skip. And I don't like skipping cutscenes that much in games, but here it's like, okay, I'm gonna skip. But yeah, that's Fire Emblem Engage. I think it's pretty engaging. Do you want to smack the shit out of me or what? But yeah, that's just what I think about that. Anyways, we're gonna move on to another topic. This is Xbox. We all like Xbox, right? In my opinion, number 3. But it's okay. I've been actually thinking of getting a Series X, and I kind of plan on doing that this year because I really think 2023 might be the year the Xbox Series X actually gets some games on there. And after watching the developer direct, I think I'm pretty confident it will. It only talked about 4 games, which isn't a whole lot. But I feel like people had a little too big of expectations here. Because I think what we got on these 4 games were really, really good. Were really cool. I'm on IGN right now, and they don't have it in order. But we got Redfall gets extended gameplay showcase, and it's coming May 2nd, which is the day before my birthday. And I would say that's a cool birthday gift, but I don't know if I'll have a Series X by then. And also, I mean, I can't ask for that for my... I could, but, like, what's the point of asking for that for my birthday if I can just get it on Game Pass, you know? But, yeah, it reads here... I'm on IGN, by the way. Redfall finally has release date. The co-op vampire shooter from Arcane and Bethesda is coming on May 2nd. We also got a look at some extended gameplay showing Arcane's trademark level design that allows players to take on combat situations in multiple ways. And yeah, after watching the game, like, Redfall looks really good. You know, I don't like the comment from the developers saying, like, you know, this isn't like what was it, Left 4 Dead, this is more like Fallout, or I forget exactly what game he said, but it's like, I want this game to not be like anything. Just give it its own identity. Don't be like, you know, especially if it's like people are saying, oh, this looks like Left 4 Dead. You know, that's already like people giving it an identity instead of the game having its own identity. We don't need, like, don't give it a different identity, you know. You don't feed into that. But yeah, I'd say it looks really good. And whenever I get a Series X, I'm looking forward to playing this game. That was the last thing they showed. We also get Minecraft Legends, which I'm sure it'll be fun. But a lot of these Minecraft spin-off games I never really cared about that much. But, like, I remember I was gonna play Minecraft Legends once, and I didn't. And Minecraft Story Mode, I played a little bit, and that one's alright, but Minecraft Legends, I'd say looks cool. Reads, Minecraft Legends gets April release date, PvP details revealed. Minecraft Legends is the upcoming action strategy game set in the Minecraft universe, and today we learned the game is coming out on April 18th. Xbox also shared a look at the game's PvP mode, which takes place in the same procedurally generated worlds as the single-player campaign. The gameplay showed off a lot of different strategies, including base building, mob recruiting, and using redstone to take the enemy team down. Is this like Xbox exclusive? Because, like, yeah, it's Microsoft, but oh no, it's not. Okay. Oh, so that would actually be pretty cool if they got like one of those Minecraft spin-offs exclusive. Like, they have something Minecraft related exclusive to their console, because they do own it. It looks cool. I don't know. I mean, like, if I get it and it's on Game Pass, it's like, yeah, like, might as well. But yeah, then we get Forza Horizon, or no, not Horizon, Forza Motorsport, which also looks really good. You know, this is the racing game. Obviously, Forza Horizon's more like the open world kind of game. This is the racing game. Forza Motorsport gameplay and details revealed. Turn 10 Studios showed off new gameplay for Forza Why is that so hard for me to fucking say? Forza Motorsport, which is still set for sometime in 2023. The developers said Forza Motorsport will feature 20 locations to race at, including returning favorites and 5 that are brand new to this entry. We also saw a lot of beautiful shots of the racing, which will run at 4K 60 frames per second with ray tracing. Forza Motorsport will feature more than 500 cars, including over 100 cars that are new to the game. So yeah, this is Forza Motorsport seems like a very big game and interesting. You know, I've never cared too much about the Forza games, although Forza Horizon 5, I think it was the most recent one, looked interesting, and it was like that would be a game I'd get an Xbox for, a Series X for, because that looks really good. But Motorsport, damn, this looks fucking stunning. And then we got Tango Gameworks'. This one was a shock to me. Tango Gameworks' Hi-Fi Rush is a rhythm action game, and it was out today or yesterday. This happened yesterday at the time of recording, so this came out yesterday. In Hi-Fi Rush, everything moves to the beat. This vibrant rhythm action game is coming to Game Pass later today, which was yesterday. It comes from Tango Gameworks, the studio behind horror games like The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo. It's a big departure for the studio, with bright, upbeat gameplay and a rocking soundtrack. Playing to the beat isn't a requirement, but you get rewarded the better you are at staying in time. This is crazy to me, because Tango Gameworks, as you saw there, are known for their horror games. This is nothing like what they make. Like a rhythm-based action game. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of rhythm games, you know. Like I love the idea of like moving to the beat and playing the game to the beat of the music, but I just think sometimes it's a little. It makes you be a little too precise to the point where it's just not really all that fun to me. But this looks good, and I'm happy to see Tango Game. Like, I love, you know, sometimes it's good to see like a horror developer. You know, this is a developer that makes horror games, and I like that. But it's also nice to see, you know, it's nice to see them do something else. It's nice to see them do something completely different, just nothing like what they do. I like that. And then we get something on the fucking Elder Scrolls Online. You can try all previous Elder Scrolls Online chapters for free. Xbox shared a look at Elder Scrolls Online's newest class, the Arcanist, and talked about its next major content update. Titled Necrom, the chapter is taking players back to Morrowind. Plus, Xbox revealed that it is making all 20 previous chapters and DLC free to play for a limited time, so you can jump into the world of Elder Scrolls Online as long as you have access to the base game. Now, I don't play Elder Scrolls Online, and this isn't really the type of game I play anyways, but that, I'm sure for Elder Scrolls Online players, is big. That's like every expansion, every update, every DLC for free. And I do know this game's got a lot of that. So that's crazy. I think this is shaping up to be a good year for Xbox. Like, two of the games on here are dated to come out within the next like 5 months. One of them came out yesterday, and another one still isn't dated. But Forza Motorsport usually comes out towards the end of the year, and even though this was announced in the June showcase of last year, and that showcase was everything that comes out in the next 12 months. I think this might actually end up coming out. Maybe then there's Starfield. I want to talk about Starfield for a little bit. Starfield wasn't on here, and they said it wasn't going to be on here, which is good. You don't want to give some people like a false sense of hope. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm itchy eye. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Starfield. I don't think Starfield's making that 12-month window. I think Starfield's gonna come out in like, I think September, October. That's honestly what I think. I wouldn't even be surprised if it gets bumped out of this year, which is crazy to think about because that game was supposed to come out in November of 2022. Like, that game really wasn't ready when on that release date they originally announced it for. Like, wow. That's such a good thing that they delayed the game. But, yeah, this is the Xbox Developer Direct, and let me tell you, it makes me excited to get an Xbox at some point. I want one now. Maybe, like, you know, it's also pretty cool that we're getting Redfall the day before my birthday. But, yeah, what do you guys think about the Xbox Developer Direct? And, yeah, that'll be it for that, for the Xbox thing. Now, let's talk about some wrestling. You guys know I like wrestling. It was kind of a weird thing. I'd always talk about it like, just randomly. But, I get to talk about the Royal Rumble as it's happening, which is, like, you ask any wrestling fan, like, the Royal Rumble's, like, it's always really exciting. And I think I want to give you some of my predictions. Well, before we do that, there was something, Vince McMahon. I don't think I just want to get this off my chest. Vince McMahon, yeah, he's coming back to WWE. He inserted himself, but more and more stuff is coming out about him, and more, like, more and more lawsuits keep being filed against him. I'm telling you, I think he'll be lucky if his return to the company lasts as long as his departure did. All right, I'm telling you, that might be a bold statement, but I'm telling you, I think it will. I don't think it's last. I don't think he's gonna be with the company for that long. I don't think him a part of this. And I don't even think they're selling. If they do sell, they're gonna sell to like NBC or Amazon or someplace like maybe even Tony Khan. That would be insane. But yeah, I want to talk about the Royal Rumble though, because there have been times where I like wanted to talk about the Royal Rumble on my podcast. You know, there were times where like I do a WrestleMania recap every year since 2020, which was the weirdest year to start doing that. But so I do that every year. But I wanted to do that with the Royal Rumble, but like I'm just gonna keep it at WrestleMania. But I'm gonna give you some of my predictions for specifically the two matches, the men and women matches, the men's Rumble and the women's Rumble. And I'm gonna give you my top 3 predictions to win both Rumbles. I'm gonna start with the women. I do think the winner of the women's Rumble is actually kind of odd. Now, also keep in mind, I was gonna say it's kind of obvious, but also keep in mind this is someone who actually hasn't really watched wrestling since last year's WrestleMania, you know. And then, well, I have been watching it somewhat, but I'm just now starting to like watch like more religiously now and following everything. Like throughout the year I kept up with some of the news, you know, some of the like with Vince McMahon gone and Triple H taking over, and you know, with a bunch of other, you know, with all the rehirings and stuff, like that got my eye on there, but I'm just now starting to watch more again. That's also why I'm like really excited for the Royal Rumble, because it's a Triple H Royal Rumble. As far hopefully Vince McMahon didn't like get his greasy paws all over that, and he can just fuck off. But yeah. Anyways, so as I was saying about the women's Royal Rumble, I think the winner is an easy pick, but well, I'll go like number 3, like the number 3 most likely winner, number 2, and number 1. Number 3, I think, is Becky Lynch. I don't think she should win the Royal Rumble because A, she's won one, and B, the other two, I feel like probably, like, you know, if they were to get a title match at WrestleMania, it'd be like, it would be a lot, it would make a lot more sense for them to do that through a Rumble win. Becky Lynch, I feel like, can just challenge for one of the champions, and then there you go. But I think, you know, she's like the most popular woman on the roster, and it doesn't really look like, I mean, she has this feud with Bayley, but it doesn't look like she's going to be doing much. So it would make some sense for her to win the Rumble, but I don't think she's winning. My number 2 pick, and yes, I think she's more likely to win than Becky. That's Naomi, because people, like, after her and Sasha Banks left, it's like, oh, when are they gonna come back? Because Triple H is here now, you know, and he's trying to patch things up with them. Sasha Banks went over to New Japan, you know, as Mercedes Moné, and Naomi's still kind of like, you know, is she gonna come back? I think she is gonna come back. I'm not. She's not my number 1 pick to win, but I would like I would like her to still go on and get a title match at Mania, though. What would be cool is if she joins the Bloodline, because then that's like a nice twist on her. Who I think is gonna win? It's the easy pick, Rhea Ripley. I was watching wrestling. I was watching WWE throughout the year, like, sporadically. I'd watch the pay-per-views, and I'd skim through them. The Judgment Day seemed to be, like, obviously the Bloodline and Roman Reigns and all that stuff is the most entertaining thing. But I'd say the second most entertaining thing is the Bloodline. Oh, fuck. The Judgment Day. And Rhea Ripley's kind of been, like, Finn Balor's probably the leader, but Rhea Ripley's been, like, kind of the standout of that, I feel. And, like, she deserves this win, and she deserves to get a main event push again, because the way she was pushed on the main, like her first main event push was kind of a little shit. But I think this would be cool, and she gets to challenge Bianca for the Raw Women's title at Mania. That'll be cool. But now for the men's Royal Rumble. My 3 predictions. Number 3, I think, is Sami Zayn. He's a part of, like, probably the best storyline right now, and I think if he wins, it will be he's super over, and this has been, like, a great storyline, and I kind of, man, I feel like this storyline was done in the wrong year, you know what I mean? Like, this storyline should have been, like, I don't know, either that or the next two, the next two were probably should have been in a different year, you know what I mean? Because it's too perfect for them to not do this, and they're not going to do it, you know what I mean? But what I think they should do, so they can avoid the other two, really just the top one, from getting booed, is not have Sami Zayn in the Rumble. Have an angle where he's told to, like, not be in the Royal Rumble, and yeah. Number 2 is The Rock. Now, I know he said, I have to get in ring shape to compete in the Royal Rumble and at WrestleMania. He needs to get in shape. Has anybody seen The Rock? He's probably the most in shape person, like, ever. And I will say, I fucking hate it when they do this. When they, like, I remember last year with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, they were like, this is the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time. Before the match even fucking happened. I fucking hate it when they do that, because it's always like, they always set the match up for disappointment. But if they were to do that again, I'd say Roman Reigns versus The Rock deserves that, because that is, like, I feel like it might be now or never. Like, they could do it next year, but, like, this year is, like, the Hollywood-themed WrestleMania, and, like, I don't know if Roman's gonna be champion next WrestleMania, and I don't think you do this at another pay-per-view. I feel like this is really that big of a match to where, like, it kind of needs to be WrestleMania. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I don't want The Rock to win. Who I want to win is also who I think is most likely to win. And if you guys know, you know. Cody Rhodes. I think Cody has to win, you know. You don't have Sami Zayn in the Royal Rumble. So you avoid Cody Rhodes from getting booed. Even though I don't even know if he will get booed, because he's very over. You know, people will just be happy to see him again. And it's like you do have a story that's right there. You know, Cody wants to hold the title that his father never held. But Roman's in the... I feel like you can get an interesting feud out of these two. But I think you should do... You do Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns at a Elimination Chamber. And then you do... And then you do Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos at Mania. And then that's how you break the Usos' reign. But you keep somewhat long-term storytelling there to where at next year's WrestleMania, Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns happens and Sami Zayn beats Roman. And for this year's Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the WWE title on night 1, Cody wins. And then for the Universal title on night 2, Roman Reigns versus The Rock, and Roman wins. Some people have suggested the other way around, so it's like, you know, he already had a match, now he's weakened, but add some suspense. Maybe The Rock can beat Roman, you know? He already lost, but nah. That's what I think, though. And I'm really excited for the Royal Rumble, so let me know what you guys think. Anyways, there's a show that I really like to watch. It's called Cobra Kai. And recently, they have announced that the show is getting its 6th season. They have officially renewed it for 6 seasons. Let's go! I was actually... Part of me was getting a little worried that it wasn't going to get renewed for a 6th season. Because, I don't know, it just... Like, Cobra Kai is a very cheap show to make, and it's been doing very well. I think it was like one of the biggest Netflix shows of 2022, you know, because they got season 5, and season 5 got a lot of people watching, and season 4 didn't come out in 2022, but it came out on New Year's Eve of 2021, so basically 2022. So you basically got 2 seasons in 2022. Excuse me. And yeah, I was getting afraid the show wasn't going to get renewed just because Netflix cancels a lot of shows. But they've announced season 6. And I will say, it's the final season. And I've seen a lot of people online a little upset this is the final season. Do you want this show... part of me does want this show to go on forever and ever and ever. But also, don't have it overstay its welcome. Alright? However, there's a little press release from the creators, Josh Hale, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg, and I want to read it. There's like a little All Valley Tournament Committee. Paradise at last, we made it. From Lucille LaRusso. There's a quote from her. And then this reads, when Daniel LaRusso arrived in the Valley with his mother in 1984, little did he know that his life was about to be forever changed. By the way, I actually haven't read this myself, so this is the first time I'm reading this. The same went for three young kids from New Jersey who hadn't met one another. Daniel's journey from bullied teen to underdog hero became an indelible part of our childhoods and something that we would always carry with us in our hearts. Reacquainting the world with the Karate Kid universe has been our humble honor. Making Cobra Kai has allowed us to join the same hallowed dojo once inhabited by the great Robert Mark Kamen, John Avildsen, Jerry Weintraub, and all the amazing cast members. It has also enabled us to play Sensei, expanding the original storylines and birthing a new generation of underdogs. We've never once taken this opportunity for granted. Our day one goal with... That's a really weird... Okay, well, with Cobra Kai as... Our one goal a day, I think that's supposed to say, with Cobra Kai has always been to end it on our terms, leaving the valley in the time and place we've always imagined. So it is with immense pride and thankfulness that we are able to announce that achievement. The upcoming Season 6 will mark the conclusion of Cobra Kai. While this may be a bittersweet day for the fandom, the Miyagi-verse has never been stronger. This fandom is the best on the planet, and we hope to be telling more Karate Kid stories with you down the line. Because we all know Cobra Kai never dies. In the meantime, strap in for the biggest season of Cobra Kai yet, and let today be a celebration of all that's to come, as well as all that's still left to be told. We couldn't do it without you. We made it. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Josh Hale, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg. Dude, I actually got some goosebumps reading that, because if you guys know, I fucking love this show. I'm not even the biggest fan of the first movies, you know. Like, nothing again. I watched the first one, and obviously it's great and all, but, like, after watching it, I've never really thought about that movie. With this show, I've gotten so attached to all these characters, to where I think it is bittersweet. I think it is, you know... I think I might cry when the season's over. I'm not even joking. But you know what? I think it's good that they're ending the show on their own terms. And I think it is really... It's really nice. I'm happy that they actually got to make the show last as long as they wanted to. Because, like, it almost got canceled at one point. After Season 2... When, like, had it not been acquired by Netflix, like, it would have gotten canceled. Luckily, you know, Netflix acquired the show, and then they got Season 3, and then they made Season 4, 5, and now they're making Season 6. I think, part of me wants the show to go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Because I cannot get enough of it. And hypothetically, like theoretically, I feel like there is a lot they can still do. Theoretically. Because if you, like, think about how things could go in Season 6, it leaves the door open for, like, another season or two. But really the way Season 5 was... It wrapped up, like, almost everything. The season finale could have worked as a series finale if they made a little tweaks here and there. Season 6 is obviously, like... in the trailer, it said the biggest season yet. I don't know if that means, like, the biggest stakes probably does if they're doing like the Sekai Taikai. But what I think that might also mean is more episodes. I think we're getting maybe 13 episodes. I think they're going to do a thing where we get the first 10, and then a week later we get the next 3. And then all those 3 are about the Sekai Taikai. Get 3 full episodes. Get like a 3-part finale. That would be amazing. Because I binged the whole season 5 in one day. I actually tried my best not to do that because I really look forward to this show. Just to be done with it in one day is a little anticlimactic, to be honest. But it's just kind of a problem with Netflix. They release an entire season and then people are talking about it and then people stop talking. Like, obviously, I'm subscribed to some Cobra Kai channels and they talk about it all year. But, it's not buzzing like how it was. But, or how it would be if it was released weekly. But I'm still, I really cannot wait to see what happens. Because the way things are set up, I think... I don't think we know what's in store for us. Like, obviously, if it's the final season, I think the Sekai Taikai. But, I don't think we know what is in store with us. And I think we're getting an emotional roller coaster. I might even do a follow-up to my Cobra Kai video essay. I cannot wait for this season. I don't know when we're getting it. I don't know if we're going to get it this year. I kind of feel like we won't. Yeah, I cannot wait. But what do you guys think? Do you go... there's another thing. I feel like some people think that Cobra Kai is ending a little too early. Is this too early? Yes and no. Yes, because this show gets new viewers whenever a new season comes out. Like, I've had people, I know some people who would come up to me. It would be after each season being like, yo, I watched Cobra Kai, it's fucking ballin', But also, I think it is time to wrap it up. Not because, it's overstaying its welcome. It might run the risk of doing that if you don't end it here. But it's time to wrap it up just because Season 5, like I said, wrapped up, most things. And Season 6 needs to wrap up the remaining things. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think about Cobra Kai ending? One more thing, actually. Yeah, 'cause I actually do have quite a few things to say. But one more thing. End the season, end the show, because they want to end it on their terms. They have the ending and everything, but don't stop with this world. Keep putting out, because they'd be crazy. Because this show has built an audience, so you get spin-off shows or maybe even a sequel series. Tap into that. I want to see I want to see this. I want to see Cobra Kai get Star Wars'd. Not. I don't know if that's I want to see it get franchised. There we go. Alright, whoa, sorry. I gotta move on, though, to the Discord topic. And, I haven't done this in a while, I feel. I stopped doing this, but, nah, I'm gonna do it again. And, so, basically how this works is I have a Discord server down below. You go there, and I make a poll. 3 options. Whichever wins will be a topic that I talk about on the podcast. So, today, the 3 topics are every announced upcoming video game adaptation, what games do I think are getting delayed this year, and my thoughts on the Razzies. And with the most votes, the winner is my thoughts on the Razzies. Now I gotta go pull that up. So, the Razzies. Look, I think the Razzies, it's kind of like it's Hollywood being self-aware, you know? We all like to say fuck Hollywood, and yeah, fuck Hollywood. But it is Hollywood being self-aware. It's poking fun. And it was funny. Like, it has some moments. Obviously, you get, like, there's... I'm blanking. The one where Halle Berry won, worst performance for Catwoman. And she showed up with her Oscar. And it was really funny. And then there's, like, some other stuff that I thought was funny. But I feel like the Razzies is kind of... I'm not offended by it, but I feel like it's a joke that is not funny anymore, you know? Mainly because they pick on low-hanging fruit. They pick on movies that have been, like... that everyone's picked on. Like, look at their nominees. Look at their nominees for the worst movie of the year. Blonde. Disney's Pinocchio, Morbius, and there was more than that. What the fuck? Okay, well... The worst picture, yeah. Blonde, Disney's Pinocchio, Good Morning, The King's Daughter, and Morbius. Now, I don't know Good Morning, and I also don't know The King's Daughter. Blonde, I mean, that one's like... That one's gotten some Oscar buzz because of, Ana de Armas, but like that movie, put that shit in here. Pinocchio is my worst movie of the year, and Morbius is the one where it's like, yeah, this one's it's low hanging fruit to do this. And I'm sure all these are bad. Like I've seen 3 of them, but they're all bad. But it's like, yeah, wow, look at you. You're shitting on Morbius. You're shitting on Pinocchio. Worst actor, Colson Baker from, also known as Machine Gun Kelly in Good Morning. Pete Davidson in Marmaduke. Tom Hanks as Geppetto in Pinocchio. Jared Leto as Morbius. And Sylvester Stallone as Samaritan. Worst actress, Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic Park Dominion. Jurassic Park Dominion? It's Jurassic World. What the fuck is wrong with you? Diane Keaton from Mac and Rita. Kaya Scodelario. Fuck. From, sorry if I mispronounced the name. From The King's Daughter. And Alicia Silverstone from The Requiem. The Requiem? I don't know. I noticed something though. They removed this is one thing. This is what really kind of annoyed me. They removed the girl from Firestarter. The 12-year-old girl. They nominated her for worst actress. Okay. I feel like that's a little too far. This is what I mean by like the Razzies are like they're not that funny anymore, and they're certainly like they pick low hanging fruit. Like, why would you pick a 12-year-old girl? What's the matter? And apparently, I've read that they have apologized, and obviously they have removed her from the nominees, and they introduced an age limit. But whenever like a kid, it has a bad performance in a movie, I can't really blame the kid, you know? It's their kid. She's a kid. I don't think I have much else to say about the Razzies. I think the concept is funny. You know, it might be a little bit cruel, but I think it is funny. But what isn't funny is that they just pick on low-hanging fruit. Like, whoa, look at you. You nominated Morbius for worst movie? You know, I just think it's a little played out. Alright, one final topic. we went from the Razzies. Now we're gonna go to the Oscars. I actually wasn't gonna cover this because, like, I'm a movie guy, but the greater part of Hollywood's just, I don't fucking care. But I'm interested in the Oscars. I won't stay up all night and watch it. I did that one year, and I got really bored. But I did watch through the whole thing. But yeah, but I was actually very interested to see what movies were getting specifically Best Picture nominees. But I'm not going to go over every single one of them, but I'll go over some of them. But for writing, Best Writing for Original Screenplay, you have The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. For writing for adapted screenplay, which I didn't know this, but they could mean, obviously, like, you know, adapted from a story, from like a book or like a real story, or it could be a sequel, which I didn't know that. But you got All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, Living, Top Gun Maverick, and Women Talking. My favorite is probably Top Gun Maverick, but like, in terms of writing, I'd say Glass Onion. Best visual effects, I'm not even going to bother reading them because Avatar's obviously going to win that one. Sound, I don't really care. Short film, I don't really care. Short film animated, the other one was live action, I don't really care. Production design, I can't really say I care that much. Looking for the big ones. Best picture, why is that in the fucking middle of the... We'll get to that one, alright? Best music, original song. You got, sorry about that, someone was at my door. Anyways, best original song. Applause from Tell It Like a Woman. You got Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick. Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And Natu from RRR. And This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Best music, which is original score, you get All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and The Fabelmans. I feel like The Batman should be there. That, because the original score for that movie is... I'm just kind of skipping around here. Best directing, you have... This is basically best director. Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. The Fabelmans from Steven Spielberg. Todd Field for Tar. And Ruben Östlund from Triangle of Sadness. Steven Spielberg is probably going to win because it's Steven Spielberg, you know? Best cinematography. You have All Quiet on the Western Front. Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths. Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. I feel like Top Gun Maverick should be here for the cinematography. Like, that was done very well. Best animated feature film, we got Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with shoes on. Why did I say toes? Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red. So I've only seen Pinocchio and Turning Red. I want to see Puss in Boots. I've heard that one is really good, but Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is probably going to win. Best Supporting Actress, Angela Bassett from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Hong Chow from The Whale, Carrie Condon from The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis from Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Stephanie Sue from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Angela Bassett's probably going to win this one because, like, she got some really early talk for Best Supporting Actress. I think she deserves it. And I think this will be the first time we get a nominee. I think this is the first time we get like someone winning like a performance in a Marvel movie, an MCU movie. So that would be cool. Best actress in a leading role. So best leading actress, Kate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Andrea Rosenborough to Leslie, Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans, or Michelle Yeoh from Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've seen Blonde, and Ana de Armas is really good in that, but don't give that movie any. I don't think they want to give that movie an award, really. I've seen The Fabelmans, and I've seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, but it's probably going to be Kate Blanchett, because it's Kate Blanchett, you know. Best supporting actor, Brendan Gleeson in The Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry from Causeway, Jude Hirsch from The Fabelmans, Barry Keoghan from The Banshees of Inisherin, and Ki-Hugh Kwan from Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think it's going to be the Ki-Hugh Kwan, because he's getting all the... He's been getting a lot of awards. I'm surprised Paul Dano for The Fabelmans isn't on here. But best lead actor, we got Austin Butler from Elvis, Colin Farrell from The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser from The Whale, Paul Mescal from After Sun, and Bill Nye from Living. I have not seen any of these movies, but from all I've been hearing about Brendan Fraser and The Whale, I want him to win that one. And Best Picture, your nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. I don't know what's going to win this one. I feel like Everything Everywhere All at Once has been getting a lot of awards, so maybe that one, or The Fabelmans, because it's Steven Spielberg and it's about Hollywood. My favorite movie of the year is Top Gun Maverick, but that's not going to win. I'm going to put my money on The Fabelmans. I feel like that one's probably going to win. But yeah, those are the best pictures. Those are the Oscars. I just wanted to go over some of those, and I think that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for stopping by. This was fun. I'll be back in a month with another episode. Hopefully I don't forget. With a guest. I'll have a guest on here. Let's hope. Anyways, if you're on YouTube, go over to my SoundCloud and follow DPX Talks for about an hour, the audio version. You don't even need to... I don't think you need to be listening to it. You just need to follow me, and that does the trick. Go over to... Go over to... If you're on SoundCloud listening, go over to YouTube, DPX Solo, and subscribe. And I'll be back again with another episode of DPX Talks for about an hour. Take care.